Hello and welcome. I am going to go straight into a time lapse because we've got a lot of grass work to do, an awful lot. It's all go, 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 go. So, yeah, I'm going to say no more than I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. thought I'd better start talking now because, to be honest, yeah, this has been a long session. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chat to you while I do this last field because it's been a giant time. That's because it's all been work. But yeah, I thought I'd quickly break the silence and we'll do this one sort of together rather than me just crack on and just make it one giant time lapse from start to finish. Very productive. Yeah, I've done very, very well. I'm quite chuffed as well. I've got to be honest, I was quite impressed by the fact that this is one of those mowers, the side mowers with the offset, that I've battled with since day one with Courseplay. Now Courseplay has actually now worked out the actual proper offset without me doing anything. So you used to have to try to work it out, and I never quite, well I did, in the end, after a long time, I actually worked out the offset. I used to do it with the foragey type thing, the Pepe one. I'd worked that out exactly and I could do that precisely right, but this one I noticed without me doing anything, I noticed it was doing everything right, and I noticed it had got an offset when I pulled it on, so I was quite very nicely amazed that now for someone who's not an absolute, well, I mean I wasn't myself, it took me a long time to get to the point where you can work out the offset, but yeah, now from just doing a course, it works the offset out for you, which is absolutely fantastic to those who are new to Courseplay. Really fantastic, because it can be a bit difficult, that particular aspect. So yeah, I was well chuffed. So yeah, people talk about Courseplay being difficult. Actually, Courseplay, as it's getting more and more into FS22, a bit like FS19. FS19 was fantastic. Courseplay was brilliant at the very end. It really was. And now FS22 is getting just the same, getting fantastic, which is really good. Yeah, the reason I started to do the follow thing was that when I did, let me show you, fields, the weird shaped field 19, Courseplay could not find a course, could not make the course with any headlands. And if I'd have done it without headlands, well, I did do the course without headlands, but I thought that's never going to work, it's going to be awful. So I thought, well, why don't you just follow, do a follow course. Oh wow, it's gone quite. So I did, that's exactly what I did, and then from that point onwards I thought, well, the final field you're going to have to do that anyway. But I was quite pleased that we managed to grab both mowers. That is quite something you couldn't do with a bat wing, something you couldn't do with quite a few. No, I suppose I could do it with the 7-metre ones that I do. That would still work. I can just get past this tree without clipping the sunflowers, and I mean just by the skin of our teeth. So yes, very good. We will also, the one thing I will do before we scoot is, there's still a lot left to do in this month, but I thought we'd get this. I always I often say that I like to do a task, and it's not always possible on all maps, because if it's got too big, Hobo's Hollow, we used to have to, you couldn't do it all in one, often have to split sessions because there was just too much. Always get that tree when I do that particular way. But I think we've certainly got some grass in and some hay as well. There's an awful lot of hay on that first field. That was phenomenal, which of course we need. So yeah, very good. I say this, once we've done this, I'm not going to like speed the day up or anything. I'll literally end it because we're going to need to do, did we do the cows? I'm not sure. I know they're okay. I always say you've got to do the cows first, but if the cows are good, yeah, again, like we've not done them. I knew we'd got to mix, but they've got food, so we're not going to speed the day up, otherwise we really would be in a mess. We've also got the manure and slurry to sell at the slurry yard. This time of year it's getting a good price as well. It's getting to be the best price, well, unless you get a great demand, of course. Also, the other thing is we're getting very close to the cows giving birth, if I remember rightly. Yes, at 70%. So November, I would imagine by the beginning of next year, January, February, we'll have 20 births, which is amazing. I can't remember how many. 20 out of think we need to, yeah, I know you have to go in, don't you? It tells you the animal's limits. It's a weird one that you would have thought it would have said, but I suppose it's a bit like that. Yeah, it's weird how over the iterations of FS, sometimes Giants have got that right where it shows you the numbers and you can do things, and then they've changed things the next time and it's been completely different and much worse. I remember Mr. Sealy P making mention of that. It's quite strange. Well, yeah, well, no, I think we might have one more visit home after this, maybe, but we shall see. It's hard to say for certain. Yeah, this is a bit of a deceptive field, actually. This is bigger than it looks. Yeah, when we were doing this one, I definitely thought this one was much bigger than I anticipated that it was. So also the other thing we've got to do is, when we've done all of the grass work, is look to sell what we've got and see what we can buy for our money on those fields that I would really like. Yeah, I mean, it would be silly not to. Obviously, yeah, it's probably going to muck around with the crop rotation, because obviously we were doing all this for the crop rotation, and then I thought myself, why are you like kicking off about your crop rotation if you were staying there? You've already said, but I'd forgotten at that point. I'd really forgotten that we were going to do, yeah, literally swap the fields. It was only sort of like, I think it was when I thought, hang on a minute, I thought you were swapping fields, and I thought, crop rotation's not going to matter then, is it really? Because we're going to be starting the whole process all over again. Not that I regret the... Yeah, because let's face it, we did do our harvest. We've got a complete third growth stage set of grass. Yes, it was a lot of work, but it is true, going forwards, it's one of those things I often just think, yeah, that's it, I've got my harvest done. I mean, this would be a lot of work on a lot of let's plays, but then farmers work hard. That is the whole thing. And if there is not a trick to be pulled, but if there is a job to do where they're going to be able to do things that's going to make the farm more money, then farmers do that. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased in a way, because this is going to bring in an awful lot of income from our first year. In a way, I don't mean not income in the purest sense, but in a way this extra set of work is really going to help us, the farm. Yeah, I was right. I thought I'd want one more. Not a little bit. It always is a little bit, isn't it? Well, very rarely is it anything less than a little bit. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I suppose, yeah, you could have a almost full forage wagon, really, I suppose. But yeah, it's usually a little bit. The last one. Well, in my experience, yeah, I was going to say, you can't always say that that's true all of the time, but it has been for me as a rule of thumb. I can't recall a time when, there have been a couple, but not very often, where you're like sweating that, you're thinking, please let me get let me get this in the forage wagon. I don't fancy coming back for 100 litres, but yeah, you would, of course, but yeah, it is true. There's probably have been a couple of times where you're like thinking, oh please, and then you've not done it and you've got to go back for 100 litres or a little bit. Yeah, we've got this bit to cut as well. If we're going to do that going forwards, I'm not sure. There does come a certain time, I've said this also before, where the extent that you go to at the beginning that you needed to do, that you no longer need to do around the edge of fields and stuff like that, because you've done something a bit like what we've done this time, where you've brought in this an extra big bonus harvest that really stops you having the needs to do that, because it is difficult to do little tiny patches like that. You can't turn around properly, it's not a big enough field, and so there's a lot of manoeuvring, and that's not a waste of time, that's not the right way to put it, but it is time. Yeah, I always talk about efficiency, and it is true, it's inefficient, but there is a certain time when that inefficiency is efficient. A certain point of the Let's Play where you've got to work that extra hard bits to actually make things work. Whereas later on, when you've got bigger fields or bigger equipment, you don't quite need to go to those extent. I'm not trying to make it sound like you're lazy, because that's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that, yeah, you sometimes have got to really pull out all the stops at the beginning, because you've got to make things work in a way that when things get better, that you don't quite need to do. Well, I'm quite pleased, really. We've yeah, done quite well on all of them, really. As in, like, I've not left much grass behind. Right. Oh, no, no, no. Crack on this row. There's going to be quite a bit of clean up on this one. There's a lot of bitty bobby bits where we kept going around in yeah, I'd say this was a strange field, it really was. Aha, I see some in the shadow. Yeah, I didn't realise that this bit of this entire sort of section here is actually our field. If I'd have realised, we could have. There's quite a lot of field there, truthfully. Yeah, if we were to buy field 4 back, I'm not saying in the future we won't do that either, like anything, but it seems to me that it's going to be far more a better thing for us to grab the most. Well, it's one of those good things about precision farming. I remember there was one Let's Play that I did it by sheer fluke, though, Greenlands. We picked the middle fields about the week before precision farming dropped. So there was no way that I could have cheated, but when obviously precision farming dropped, the fields that I'd got I'd got a fantastic bonus, a bit like the ones that we can see today, and I did that. That was just a sheer fluke. It was not by design. I just like the look of the fields, and there were really some of the best on Greenlands. Quite amazing. Right, nearly there. Last little bit. I'm going to leave this literally straight away though, because yeah, no, we won't. We'll take it to the farmyard. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, we'll get the other tractor on follow. We need to grab the other. Oh no, I dropped it off. I was going to say. Yeah, it's quite chuffed with this. Yeah, they say the 7-meter one we could do this as well. You could put the. But it was yeah, often equipment I've noticed you can't always take it all. You've got to come back for a sec, you know, like for most things again. But this equipment's worked out perfectly. Yeah, so actually nearly 50% full. Yes, I did. I spotted a bit more grass. Now then, no, the window should be all right. It's not. It's folded away, so it's quite a small. Trying to think of the word. Profile. Yeah, small profile. So it should be fine, really, as long as I don't clip too close to a tree. Yeah, so next session we will get the. I know I've double handled. It was one of those things that I couldn't really escape from, really, with the way things are. Oh, that is a. Yeah, we also need to buy the AG. No, we don't. I've said that, yeah, because it's small scale and we're mixing. We don't really need to. It's. We will obviously at a later date grab all of this lot and stick it in the silo. We should. Well, yeah, that's the other thing I said I was going to do. Which, yeah, I'm quite sure everybody's wanted to know how well we've done, myself included. So we'll just stop that and then we'll have a look and see how well we've done. Thank you very much, young lady, for your assistance. So let's have a look. How much grass and hay did we do on this session? Yes, oats as well. I think that is about November. November to January. 1157. And 10, so yeah, it is a little bit more. Does sort of show the best prices in. It is January, yeah, January, and then drops heavily in February. So yeah, Now then, I do believe we were trying to look for grass, and wood chips as well, of course. No, isn't that not amazing? I'd totally forgotten about that. January also. So we've got a bit of a bumper payday in January, really, for both the oats and the wood chips that I had totally forgotten about. We've got the grass, 180. Oh, not bad. Yeah, the straw, I realised I was working that out, and I thought I was going to do that where we're going to make it into manure, and I thought, you do that and you're going to have no straw. That's about a year's bedding, and I think it's slightly under, but I could even do a contract. Oh no, I've not got the straw mod on anymore for straw, collect straw at contracts. I've removed that, so yeah, we've got to rely on our own, hopefully buying a couple more fields and doing straw crop. So, wow, that just goes to show how big field 15 is in comparison to the little ones. On that one field, we nearly equalled what all of those other fields had got. So 118 tonnes of grass, 89 tonnes of hay. Amazing. But yeah, I can't get over that. How well we did on the hay was almost the same as that on that one field. So it goes to show field 15, which is no more special in like bonus wise than the others. Yeah, I suppose it is true when you look. Yeah, if you put those all together, still, yeah. Imagine, it's a little bit. It is a. Yeah, there was a little bit more. Yeah, it is when you look at it. Yeah, I suppose it is true. I'm going to say, because those three fields are bigger than that in together. But then again, it has got more. But yeah, €27,099. We've got our this to do next time. How much is in there? 20 tonnes. And slurry, the similar, and we've got these to feed. So we've got to go and get that mineral feed from the store. So I'll probably grab the TPS and start up at the store. Get the probably get the the telehandler's up there. It's silly to take something else. The telehandler's specially made for that job. We'll let the telehandler do the work up that top end. That's the entire reason for having it there. But all that remains to be said for this episode is thank you very much for watching. I truly do hope that you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.